Good day, folks. Welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today we are really excited. I am bringing you the brand new 2021 Santa Fe Calligraphy. That is the top trim level in the Santa Fe, and I'm really excited to show you all the features of this vehicle, so check it out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the new key fob, of course, for 2021. Has a couple of neat, fancy new buttons on it, so let's check out what it can do. So first off, we've got remote start. So we're going to hold this button down until the lights flash, and the lights flash and it turns on. But the next really cool thing you've probably heard about, maybe watched that Super Bowl ad with the Hyundai Sonata, is Smart Park. Yes, check this out. I'm going to hold this button down and we're going to see what it does. It straightens out the wheels. Now there is no one in the car, folks. This is all me just using the key fob. Look at that. I can go forwards, I can go backwards, basically parking it itself in a stall or pulling itself out of a stall if the stall is too tight. Check it out. How cool is that? All right, so that is the remote start and the remote Smart Park. Let's check out the rest of this vehicle. So on the front end, with the calligraphy trim, you do get a little bit of this brushed aluminum kind of look. It is full LED lighting in the front, including the turn signals, the daytime running lights, the headlights, and the high beams, all full LED. All right, of course, we do have the air curtain pass-through right here, which of course creates a curtain of air over the wheels. That actually reduces aerodynamic drag and increases fuel efficiency. You've got parking sensors on the front as well as the rear. Now, this is the first Santa Fe to actually have power folding mirrors. Thank you, Hyundai. We finally have power folding mirrors. Of course, it does have proximity entry, so we can simply push that button to unlock and lock the doors. And you notice the mirrors actually unfold themselves when you do that as well. 360 camera system, so there's the camera there for the left side. Beautiful aluminum alloy wheels. Now, this one does have the 19-inch aluminum alloys. And as I mentioned, backup sensors as well, which you can see in the bumper. Now this one is also equipped with the smart liftgate system. I don't have that currently enabled, so basically if you stand behind the vehicle for a few seconds, the trunk opens up all on its own. All right, check it out. So 2,000 liters of space with the seats folded down, and with the seats up, 1,000 liters. Of course, you still get the underfloor storage organizer. You got the buttons here that'll put the seats down real quick for you, as you saw in the preview. The 12-volt power outlet there. A little more underfloor storage than before because it no longer has a spare tire underneath. It now has a tire repair kit. Full-on 12-speaker Harman Kardon audio system with the subwoofer back here. Really nice sound, guys. So in the back seat, first off, we have the retractable sunshades in both of the rear windows. When we raise the seat up, you'll notice that the seat base itself actually lifts up as well. So we call that kneeling. As you put the seat down, it kind of kneels down to get out of the way. Beautiful quilted leather interior. You got the center cup holder armrest there. Again, a nice sturdy platform. It's not flopping down on the seat. Dual USB ports, as well as a 120-volt power outlet as well. Nice flat floor, lots of room for your feet underneath the front seats, and a ton of headroom, even though this vehicle is equipped with a huge panoramic sunroof. And check this out, a suede headliner. Oh, it's beautiful. Feels really nice. Both of the seat backs are solid, so any kids back here kicking the back of the seats, you're not going to notice as much. And of course, you got the seat back pocket there as well. All right, so before I get into the front of this vehicle, I'm going to show you a couple things. So we do have the memory seating, mirrors, and lights. So your interior lighting level, as well as your Head-up display, height and configuration, the seating position, the mirrors, all of that is adjustable and memorized with the 2 memory positions. Nice leather wrapped door armrest. Really comfortable place to put your arm there. It's nice and soft, as well as, of course, these beautiful seats. Check that out. Nice perforated leather. Now the seat itself is 1, 2, so that's this part right here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-way power adjustable, and then of course the headrests go up and down as well. So 16-way adjustable driver's seat, and the cool thing is the passenger seat also has the adjustable height as well as tilt, and of course the backrest as well. All right, getting inside the Calligraphy, we're going to go ahead and fire it up. Of course, it is push button start. Now this vehicle is equipped with some really nice options on the inside here, which I'll show you. So first off, we have the wireless charger for your phone. So that's the Qi wireless charging system. There is a USB port here you can plug into as well. That'll be also for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. 2 cup holders up here, as well as bottle holders in each of the doors. So in the door pocket, there's actually a bottle holder in each door. As I mentioned, power folding mirrors, so you can actually fold them manually from here as well while the car is running, if you want to do that for whatever reason. Now we've got lane keep assist, but as well as highway follow assist. You'll see that on the steering wheel here, up to basically any speed, down to any speed. Adaptive cruise control as well, or otherwise known as smart cruise control. Emergency brake is right here, so that's a powered emergency brake. Nice thing about that is when you put the vehicle in drive with your seatbelt on, it'll actually turn the e-brake off. With the shift-by-wire transmission, when the vehicle is in drive, if you take your seat off and open up the door, it quickly actually slams it into park for you. Doesn't slam it into park, but it puts it into park for you to make sure that the car doesn't start to roll on its own. It also does that when you shut the vehicle off. It'll quickly put it into park if you've forgotten to do so. So a nice little feature there. All right, this vehicle is also equipped with auto-dimming rear-view mirror with HomeLink. And of course, you've got the SOS and remote roadside assistance buttons there. That's part of the free BlueLink system, so free BlueLink for 3 years on this vehicle. So not only do you get a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer comprehensive coverage warranty that covers almost everything on the vehicle for 5-year, 100,000 in Canada, you've also got free BlueLink in Canada for 3 years. So really, really good coverage. 5 years of roadside assistance anywhere in North America as well. All right, let's check out some more features. So, fully leather-wrapped heated steering wheel. Of course, you've got the built-in voice recognition as well as the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which that'll access. You got paddle shifters on the back, which we'll try when we're on the test drive. Full 12.63 inches, the screen here. And this screen is customizable. And also, when you change the drive modes, which is pretty cool, you actually get to see a couple of different styles for the instrument cluster. And that's changed all from this little guy right here. So you've got Comfort, Sport, and Smart. Sport's going to give you basically full-time all-wheel drive as well as some extra low-end kick. And it's going to tighten up the steering wheel as well. You've got different terrain modes. So you've got snow, mud, and sand. Those will all manipulate the all-wheel drive system in such a way that works best for those types of terrains. I won't get into that too much, but basically the vehicle is capable of putting up to 50% of the power to the rear, if I remember correctly. All right, smart mode is what you'll normally drive in, of course, and that's going to automatically determine the best scenario for comfort, fuel efficiency, and power as necessary as needed. All right, along the bottom row here, we've got ventilated seats. I'm going to turn that on because I'm getting quite hot in this wool coat. We've got the button for the heated steering wheel, and of course, heated seats in the front and in the rear, as I mentioned. You get the auto hold button, which will hold the vehicle's position when you take your foot off the brake if you don't want it to roll or creep forwards. Auto start-stop system, which you can choose whether or not to use. That's where you can turn that on and off. And a full dual-zone automatic climate control system. The dual-zone automatic climate control is really cool. You can actually put it into 3 different levels. So if you don't want the fans spinning at their fastest, you can actually tone it down a little bit, which is kind of nice. Little rocker switches for the temperature control. It's a nice touch. It looks and feels really, really good. All of these buttons look and feel fantastic. There's good haptic feedback. Not the motorized haptic feedback, but the feedback you get when you press these buttons is quite satisfying. It's good, really nice. And of course you have the stereo controls near the stereo, which is right there. Nothing in between the stereo controls and the screen, as some manufacturers do for whatever reason. And a beautiful 10.25 inch screen. Now this particular screen is, the software on here is pretty new for Hyundai for 2021. Looks a little bit different from previous versions. This is basically your home screen. I'm on the guest account right now. You can actually have different drivers in here as well. We still have things like sounds of nature. So if we wanted to use, or if we wanted to listen to some calming sounds of nature, we can do that. Pretty interesting. All right. We've also, of course, got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on here, as I mentioned before. And there's actually lots of customization for the car. So, for instance, you see the purple ambient light in here. Now, that, of course, also shows up in here as well. You can actually change the color of that. So I think it's under vehicle. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so if we go to lights, ambient light, you can change the color of the ambient lighting, which is kind of cool. So you can even set a custom color as well. Also things like your one-touch turn signal, you can change how many times that flashes. You can also change the head-up display. You can adjust what sort of content you see in the head-up display. So right now we've got everything turned on, so turn-by-turn directions, traffic signs, etc. And I think you can see, well, maybe you can't see it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Right there is the, it's actually a lot bigger in person, so you'll have to take my word for it. But there is the head-up display. Auto wipers. So the windshield wipers are fully automatic as well, which is nice. And of course, with the big, beautiful panoramic sunroof, you can actually choose to have the cover. And you can put that anywhere you want as well. You'll notice you can stop it all along the way. And of course the glass opens up. It actually opens up quite wide as well. You'll see how wide it goes here. All right, so nice open air. Now, of course, this vehicle is equipped with Hyundai's brand new 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. It's making 277 horsepower. It's a hell of a lot of fun to drive, and that's what we're going to do next. So, you know what? Let's jump out of the vehicle, have a look at the engine real quick, and then we'll take it for a spin. All right, so Hyundai is ridiculously meticulous. They like to make things simple. So basically what they've done is they've put the latch right almost near center, and when you open it up, there you go, it's holding itself up. Now we have a insulated hood, that's for sound deadening. You'll also notice some insulation over the wheel well here. A little bit more insulation in the form of a plastic cover over the side. And everything's really, really well laid out in here. This is a SmartStream 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. It's actually mated to a 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. So Hyundai's first wet clutch transmission, really, really smooth shifting, and basically the wet part of it, that's just an oil that's in there, and it keeps all the transmission nice and cool. In the meantime, of course, with the dual clutch capabilities, you have really, really fast shifts and a little bit better fuel efficiency as well. But yeah, check out how much space there is around the outside of the engine. So anybody doing any sort of work on this engine is going to be able to get to all the various components relatively easily, and that's one of the reasons why Hyundai has such a low cost of ownership. Even in the future, when the warranty is out, any work that needs to be done, it's easy to get to everything. Even the air filter, check this out. You can actually replace the air filter at home. It's right there. I'm not going to pull it out now because the engine's running, but you saw just how easy that was to do. Very, very simple. Now, one of the things I love talking about is the structural adhesive. Hyundai uses a ton of this structural adhesive. It's actually using it's over 400 feet of structural adhesive, which is more than 10 times the amount of a lot of other companies. And that structural adhesive, basically what it does is when you put that in between a welded joint, it increases the strength of that weld point quite a bit, and it makes it a lot safer in an accident, but it also reduces a lot of the torsional twisting stress on the vehicle. So that's actually going to help for things like cornering, going over bumps, creaks and squeaks in the future, and for safety. This will be a top safety pick. We've also got more advanced high-strength steel than anyone in the industry because Hyundai is the only manufacturer of their own steel. Now, the previous model, the previous Santa Fe, was 67%. I believe this one's 69%. Could be wrong, but it's got to be around there somewhere. The old one was 67% advanced high-strength steel construction, which is, again, about double the competition, most of the competition anyway. All right, well, let's jump in this vehicle and take it for a spin and try out that 277 horsepower engine. All right, so driving the 2021 Hyundai Santa Fe. Well, I haven't been in here very long, and I can already tell you it's a very, very quiet cabin. This is Hyundai Palisade levels of quietness, which is really good. Now, a couple things to note. Of course, it does have the sort of self-steering thing. It's not a perfect system. It just lost it there, but that's a pretty sharp corner. So it really is an assistive technology. You can see there, it's kind of adjusting now. It should go back to the left here in a moment. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So it's almost driving itself. Now, this is going to be really, really good on the highway. Around town, there it's telling me to keep my hands on the wheel. Around town, it's not really meant for sharp corners, right? So it handled that corner pretty good, but it did give me a couple warnings. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right, so that's the lane follow assist. Hyundai's been doing a lot to try to get ahead. Obviously, they have competition in the Honda and Toyota brands. So like the RAV4, which is a bit smaller than this, the Honda CR-V, which is a bit smaller, the Honda Pilot obviously being a little bit bigger, but that's a 7-seater, competes more with the Palisade. But yeah, if you need something that's priced really, really well, lower than the CR-V, but has, you know, more space, the Santa Fe is definitely something you should be having a look at. It should be on your radar. And of course, you package that in with Hyundai's 5-year, 100,000-kilometer warranty, and Bob's your uncle. Apologize if my beard's been rubbing on the microphone. I realized afterwards that I put it a little bit too close. So in my head-up display, I can see the speedometer. I can see the speedometer. It tells me I'm going 59 kilometers an hour. I'm in a 50 zone. It actually tells me I'm in a 50 zone as well. There is a 60 zone coming up. So right now we're in a 50 zone. We'll see if it switches to 60. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not from where you're, from the angle there, but okay, so now it says 60, so I'm going to speed up to 60. Perfect. You can see here on the screen as well, it shows me 60 kilometers an hour. So it picked it up right at that sign. It's pretty clever. Like, it's not seeing the signs on the road, it's basically just, it's been programmed into the map, so you know, the mapping system knows where all the different speed limits are. Now, having just done a drive test on the Santa Fe Hybrid, I mean, there is definitely more kick in this one, but the Hybrid's really not bad. I mean, it's 244 horsepower, if I remember the number correctly. This one's 277, so this one has more horsepower. The Hybrid does have the benefit of the low-end torque from that electric motor, whereas this one, you know, the torque builds at just over, well, around 2,000 RPM is when you start to feel it, and it pulls all the way to like 5,000 RPM or something like that. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but it's a lot of torque in those areas. It has a twin scroll turbo, so it's able to make torque down low. Turn around here, and you'll be able to see the backup camera in action. Really nice, beautiful, clear image on the backup camera. It's wide enough that you can actually see the license plate in the screen that's hanging over my bumper. All right, let's try this from a dead stop. Okay, let's get the engine running. 3, 2, 1, go. $100. All right, I have no idea how long that took. That was in smart mode. Not in sport mode, so my guess is it would probably do a little bit better in sport. But if you want to see what the acceleration is like, maybe getting up onto the freeway, if you got a short on-ramp or something like that, that's about how long it takes to get up to 100. Now, BlueLink. I mentioned BlueLink earlier. There's a few things to note about BlueLink. Again, it is free for 3 years. It gives you some really cool options like remote start your car from your cell phone. Anywhere in the world, so as long as you have an internet connection on your cell phone and the vehicle is somewhere within its internet connection capability, because it has sort of a built-in cell phone kind of. As long as they're both online, you can remotely start your car, unlock your doors, lock your doors, and even find the car on a map, all from the BlueLink system. It's pretty cool. So definitely set that up if you have a Hyundai vehicle with BlueLink. If you haven't already set it up, I highly recommend doing it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment below. And again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.